Hey there, Gators. Welcome in. I'm Dennis Black, and today we're talking Florida Gators, men's and women's track and field and cross country with head coach Mike Holloway. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us today.
You're very welcome, Dennis. Good to see you this morning.
Coach, first of all, let's get the burning question out of the way. Have you bowled any more 300 games?
Well, unfortunately or fortunately, about a month after the 300, I bowled a 299. I left the four pin. So since the 299, my highest game has been like 265. So
Well, I'm sure another
still more
300
than
is right around
still more than
the corner
yeah,
there. So,
yeah.
well, let's get right into it. Just kind of recap this past weekend for us. You had a great meet over there in Arkansas.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is, and I told the team this, we just want to see progression from, the Jimmy Carnes meet to the Arkansas meet. Saw a lot of great progression, saw a lot of things. We still got a lot of things to work on. One of my favorite things to say is I'm pleased but not satisfied. And so I'm very pleased with the performances of all the groups. But we still got some work to do. So, but I think we're in a very good spot right now.
Coming out of that first two meets of the season, who's kind of stood out to you so far and kind of someone that's maybe jumped out for you?
I mean, I just want to I'm gonna give credit to Coach Palmer and the things he's doing with the middle distance crew. Very impressed with the men's milers, Sama and Riley last week. Very impressed with the women's mile. I was also very impressed with what Coach Peterson's been able to do with the jumpers. We had a very young group; they're all freshmen and sophomores, and they're just learning how to do things. I've also been impressed with our senior leadership with Wanya McCoy. He did a great job. And also very impressed with our quarter milers, Quincy Penn on the women's side, whose indoor PB was, I think, 55 seconds, and she opened up at 52.3. And then you have Jay Horton Mims, who's a true freshman, opening up with a full second PB over what he ran in high school, and Justin Braun, who's a transfer from USC, who ran at the 2/10 PB. So um, Jarno Van Dalen in the men's shot put, was impressed with him this past weekend. So you're gonna get me in trouble because I'm gonna forget somebody, but I think overall, from top to bottom, I'm just impressed with the team as a whole. The attitudes, the effort, and the focus have been phenomenal.
When you head out on the road and have a meet like this, how does it kind of bond the team? This is your first kind of big opportunity indoor wise to get out, and how does it bond the team and kind of maybe pull you guys together?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we try to do things here in town. Even during the recruiting process, we talk about the family atmosphere we have here at the University of Florida with our programs, and so that's kind of fostered here. But it's good to see them get together at the meets and watch them support each other, and then that's when I see our efforts here in town are spilled over to the competitions.
So coming up, you're heading back to Arkansas. Just talk about the Tyson invite and what you expect there.
I mean, Tyson's always a great competition. I'm not sure, other than Arkansas who'll be there, but they always host a great competition. It's always a great place to go and get good marks. And this year it's important because the NCAA championships are going to be held in Fayetteville this year, so that's makes it even more important. But the big thing for us right now is we just want to keep getting better. We want to keep putting big marks on the board. We also have a part of the distance crew that's going to Boston that same weekend to try to get some things done. But again, we pride ourselves in being ready when it counts the most, and that's at the conference and national championships. And conference is still a month away, and nationals are 6 weeks away. So in 2 weeks at Arkansas, it's the same mantra. We just want to keep getting better.
And that was kind of my follow-up question with, SECs and NCAAs right around the corner. How do you kind of maintain you've done this for a lot of years.
I think
What's
you just
the
called me
key,
old. That's
what's
okay.
the key to success in regards to kind of hitting your peak at the right time, both in SEC and NCAAs?
Well, I think this, like you just said, I've been doing this a long time, and it's just to remember who we are. I think any mistakes I've ever made in my coaching career is when I tried to change what I do or tweak what I do or tweak it too much. And so we're just going to be the Gators, man. And if we do what we've always done, then we'll be okay. But the bottom line is, it's got to be a buy-in from everybody, from myself, from the trainers, from the strength coaches, from the athletes, from the assistant coaches. Everybody's got to be on the same page and in the same book. And if we do that, we're going to be okay.
How do you lean on your upperclassmen to set the pace for you, in regards to, hey, this is a whole new season now? And how
Mhm.
do you allow them to lead the team?
Mean, it's just a conversation, just to remind, them that this is their job to help us teach the younger folks in the program how we do things here. If they see somebody doing something wrong that's not the Gator way, let them know. Because if they see it and they don't do something about it, then I'm going to get on the person that's doing it wrong. Plus, I'm going to get on them also because they're part of it. They know the standards, so it's their job to help us teach it. But it's not that hard, man. I mean, like you said, we've been doing this a long time, and the people that come in here and buy into what we do and trust us have great careers here, and we've got great leadership at the top end of our programs right now, on the men's and women's side, and I'm very proud of everybody. I am.
Coach, I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about your assistant coaches. With as many student athletes that you have there, both on the track and field side and the cross country side, just talk about your assistant coaches and what they've been able to accomplish for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this, it takes a village. And I'm blessed to have not just an incredible assistant coaching staff, but I've got, great trainers downstairs with Yolanda and Bria and Adrian Melendez and Andrew Schutte, our operations directors. And I think the biggest thing with my staff is that they're all seasoned. They've been to this dance before. Everybody on our staff has coached an NCAA scorer, and most of them have had NCAA champions. So whether it's Nick Peterson or Melanie Welty are my associate head coaches. And you go down to Holland Shear and Yannick Hart, and then you've got Will Palmer and Cam, and then you've got Eric Worski. They all do a phenomenal job. And I think when we sit down and talk after the competitions, we're all talking about better ways to better ourselves for the next competition. We all have the same mindset. And that's why it works here. I mean, I'm the face of the program, but there's no way I could do this by myself. So
And final question, Coach, how do you make the transition from indoor to outdoor? What are you looking to peak kind of the indoor season and then transition into the outdoor
yeah.
season?
Well, I think, see, my philosophy is this: is you a little too older than I'm old, and so I understand that indoors was always just designed to be a break in training to prepare for outdoors. So, when we taper a little bit, we rest a little bit to get ready for the championships indoors. We just go back to training and get ready for the outdoor season. Like, we don't make a big deal out of indoors. I think that sometimes people make too big a deal out of indoors, and then they run out of gas outdoors. So we are very cognizant of our absolute goal that we're going to represent the Gators well indoors. We always have, but our ultimate goal is to be the absolute best team on the planet in June when it counts the most. So that's always our mantra.
And then one more question for you. What continues to drive you? We've kind of talked about you've been
Yeah.
here for a while,
Yeah.
had the opportunity to coach, the men's team first and now the women's team. What continues to kind of push you and kind of brings you back?
I mean, I'm a competitor at the end of the day. And as long as I can feel competitive, as long as I feel have that competitive fire, I'm going to keep doing this. As long as Scott wants me around, I'm going to keep doing it. I think the big thing for me is, a lot of people don't know this. I'm a Gator graduate, man. So this is more than just a job for me. This is my school. This is my family. And so I'm not going to walk away from this and entrust it in somebody else's hands until I just can't do it anymore. And I'm just having a lot of fun. Like you said, like we've been talking about, having an incredible support staff here. Just there's an arm everywhere. Like over in the strength and conditioning world, there's Matt Delancey, who's one of the best in the business. Like I said, Yolanda and Bria downstairs, my staff, Adrian, everybody involved with the program is world class, and they make my job easier. And it's like allowed me to stick around a little bit longer. And I think probably my greatest motivation is taking care of my family. I've spoiled them pretty good, so I better keep working so I can keep spoiling them. So
Coach, it's always good catching up with you. Best of luck throughout the indoor season and into outdoors.
thank you, Dennis. Good talking to you this morning.